In the process of writing my EP, I wanted to create like my life into songs. I was just writing about like certain situations that kind of like hurt me. I feel like I wanted to convey like this other emotion that I didn't really convey in like all the other songs in my EP, and it was that like anger that I felt. And I feel like a lot of people feel that, so I thought it'd be really fun to kind of express that in a song. Usually, like, it just starts with a small, like, idea and, like, a basic concept. And, I mean, I start with, like, just jotting down a bunch of words and, like, phrases and lines that, like, are involved with that concept. And then my writers have their own process. Some of the initial words that I wrote down and, like, concepts and stuff was kind of like karma, just like fuck you, gaslighting, just like a bunch of that stuff, toxic, I think. Those were just the main ideas that I kind of wanted to incorporate into this song. I mean, I think it's kind of nerve-wracking creating a like song that's kind of looked at as like petty and like toxic, I guess, and not the whole usual like I wish you the best type of song. And you kind of don't know how people are gonna react, but they loved it, and it makes me excited, so excited just because I know that like this is the first song that's coming out from my EP, and then that's gonna drop, so I'm just so excited. I still hear your voice trying to rip my world to pieces, but I'm not your toy. You can break and leave there bleeding. The lyrics of the first verse kind of is just describing that almost like gaslighting, manipulative person and kind of being in a toxic environment and breaking through, you know, and kind of realizing that like, hey, like I'm stronger than this and I'm not gonna let it affect me anymore. And I feel like everyone kind of deals with that and has those struggles. There always comes that time where you realize that like enough is enough. I don't really know if you ever like have like a light bulb moment in your head like, oh, I have to like move on, you know? But there comes a time where you just kind of like see like how much like you're kind of breaking and feel like you have no other choice but to kind of put yourself back together and to stand up and just kind of like walk away. The damage is done, moving on if I'm ready or not. If you are just living your life and then someone kind of walks in and interrupts it and kind of rains on your parade, and I don't think it's wrong to rain on theirs either, you know? And I guess that's like kind of petty, but it's life. But you dragged me through mud, here I come, now I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck. You know, I feel like I've seen a lot of petty things, but I think sometimes a lot of people mistake hurt for being petty in the end, you know? Like, I mean, like, beneath this song, beneath, like, all the angry emotion that's underneath it is, like, just being sad. And a lot of people mistake that, but, I mean, honestly, the pettiest thing I've ever done probably was make the song, if I'm being honest. I hope you never fall in love again. I hope you be yourself and lose your friends. It's just that like feeling of like seeing someone you hate almost succeed. Like you don't want that. There's always like people in the world that like will call someone else out for something and kind of like put them through hell, but it's like who's gonna call you out type of thing. I hope they call you out for shit you said. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. We had the song done, and I always like to pick my titles after. There was just something interesting about that long, bold title that I loved. I mean, I hope you're miserable until you're dead is harsh and aggressive, and it's blunt. And why not make that the title of the song? I hope you're miserable. You're fucking miserable. I hope you're miserable. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. Personally, for me, I feel like I'm at a point where I don't really feel the need to put everyone's life on display and kind of call everyone out and make it known kind of what people have done. I'm past that. I'm fine with like knowing my truth and like my side. I just think it's kind of like a maturity thing. You know, it's like I could say all of this stuff that you've done, and a lot of people might not like it, but I won't, because I know karma's a bitch and it's just gonna come around later. It's kind of like what goes around comes around type of thing. I'm keeping your shit to myself. If I said it out loud, you'd be burning in hell, and I can make everybody hate you almost as much as you hate yourself. But I won't, 'cause I know one day it'll come around, but fuck you for now. Hateful people are just very insecure. That's what I've learned. I feel like they're kind of just projecting their hate on themselves onto other people. And so I feel like it's kind of more painful just to let them sit in it and to deal with it and like their own problems, and to know what they've done and like kind of just like sit in their regret, than to display it for everyone else to know about it. It's gonna haunt them in their dreams at night, you know? So just let them deal with it. Damage is done, moving on if I'm ready or not. But you dragged me through mud, here I come, now I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck. Always sounds pleasing when there's kind of like a pickup somewhere in the song, you know, and there's just like a change melodically. And we kind of thought that, like, you know, it would be kind of like a power move. Those lyrics are just so like kind of like mocking them in a way, you know, being like, I know like what you've done, like all of that stuff, and you need some power beneath it. I hope you never fall in love again. I hope you be yourself and lose your friends. I hope they call you out for shit you said. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. I hope you're haunted by all your regrets. I hope they fuck you up inside your head. You know I don't forgive and don't forget. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. My favorite line has to be, I hope you're haunted by all your regrets. I love the chorus itself, but I think that like kind of like extra chorus at the end is just so powerful, just because it means a lot, you know, and it's kind of like karma's a bitch type of thing. I feel like I'm a very forgiving person, but I'm also very strong, I could say. You know, I've let a lot of people walk all over me for years, and I've come to the point now where it's like, you kind of show me one red flag and I'm done. As soon as I find out someone's true colors, there's like no changing for me. And yeah, I don't forgive and I don't forget. It sounds so petty, and I promise I'm not a mean person, because I'm not.